Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jada. I'm an LPN and a BSN student through WGU Western Governors University, and I make videos here on YouTube to share my journey and talk about things that I love like books and gaming. If you are interested in content like that, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so that you can see more videos just like this one. Today I'm going to be talking about the HESI exam, which is an entrance exam that most schools use in order to have you be accepted into the program. So that is what we're going to be talking about today, how to study for it, how to get the best score so that you can look your best on your application and get into nursing school. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So looking at my score report from my HESI that I took, I believe I took this in July or June. I got an 82% overall, and the subjects that I had to be tested on was for reading comprehension, grammar, vocabulary, biology, and math. And for those of you who don't know what the HESI is, it's basically a standardized exam that you will take. Depending on what school that you're applying to, they might have you do like a different test that's called the TEAS, but it's pretty much the same thing. You have to sit down for this exam. I had 5 hours to sit down to take this exam. Most of the exam is multiple choice except for math. You will have some like fill in the blank questions, but for the majority of the exam, it is multiple choice. You have 5 hours. You can take whatever subjects you want in any order that you would like to. Personally, for me, I took math first just to kind of get it out of the way because that's my weakest subject, but I did really good in that subject. But you can take it in any order, and the subjects might vary depending on what school you're applying to. So again, my school had me do reading, grammar, vocab, biology, and math, even though biology wasn't calculated into my overall score in order to be accepted into the program. Some other programs might have you do chemistry, anatomy and physiology, or physics. Chemistry and physics is kind of rare to have to take on the HESI. Anatomy and physiology is a little bit more common. I didn't have to take that. I did have to take biology though, but those are the subjects that you might have to take depending on what school you're applying to. So always just do your research. It should be on your school's website on what subjects you have to take in order to do the exam and get accepted. And also, my school had me do like a learning style exam just so that they could know and I can know how to study, what type of learner I am. So based on that portion of the HESI, I was a kinesthetic/global learning. So that's also something that you'll have to take if you take the HESI. It's not like a big portion of if you're gonna get into nursing school, but it's just like so that you can know how do you learn and the school can know how do you learn, what type of learner are you. So with all that being said, let's get into how I studied. I literally only used one resource, and this one resource was perfect for me, in my opinion. I know a lot of people that are studying for the HESI or have studied for the HESI did like Quizlet. There's a lot of Quizlets online that you can like Google search for and just type in like HESI exam math or HESI grammar for like those Quizlets, and people swear by them. I didn't really use them. I know that there are a couple YouTube channels that people really liked. I personally stuck to nursehub. That's what I'm going to be showing you guys today. This is not sponsored, by the way, but this is the only resource that I used to study and pass for the HESI because I need practice questions, and I liked that it also came with like videos before I did the practice exams, and there's also a portion where you can do like a little test beforehand, and then based off of what you got right or what you got wrong, it will tell you, okay, these are the subjects that you need to focus on. So I'm gonna turn you guys over to my computer. That's what I keep looking at. I'm gonna give you guys a tour of nursehub and how I used it to study because it's literally the best resource. Okay, so I am now on the nursehub website. All you have to do is go on Google and type in nursehub, and as you can see, there is a lot of different things that you can look at on this website. They also do the T's, so if you guys are needing to study for the T's, which this is specifically for the HESI, so I'm assuming that you're only studying for the HESI, but if you know someone that is studying for the HESI for their nursing program, they do have practice tests and courses for the T's. But if you go here, you can go to free HESI A2 practice tests. And as you can see, they've got math, reading comprehension, vocabulary, anatomy and physiology, biology, grammar, chemistry, and physics. I also should mention that depending on what subject, there's about 25 to 50 questions. So the length, or rather how much time you're going to be taking on the test, depends on what subjects you're going to be tested on, depending on what program you're applying to. So just kind of keep that in mind. So yes, you have 5 hours to take the exam, which is a lot of time, but depending on what subjects you're being tested on, you just need to keep that in mind so you're not wasting time on subjects that you don't really need to be spending time on. So for example, if I'm really good at reading, I'm not going to spend more than an hour on reading. I'm going to make sure that I take up the most time on the subjects that I'm weak at, such as math for me, and give myself more time to be able to read through the questions and not rush through. So that's kind of how I would think about it before you go into this exam. Like, what subjects am I weak on? Do those first so you have the most time to add, to kind of target on reading and understanding the questions so you're not rushing through it. And then the other subjects will be a breeze for you. So as you can see, there's all these practice exams and you can click into it. I'm not signed into my account because I canceled my account. I don't need it anymore. But you can go in and see that there is a diagnostic test, which has 50 questions, and you'll do this diagnostic test. And based on what you get right, what you got wrong, it will tell you what you need to focus on. And then at the bottom, you can see that there are HESI A2 practice tests, and it comes with 5 of these tests. So each test comes with 50 questions, and they are timed. So they want you to get into the habit of not wasting so much time. Yes, you have 5 hours, but you don't want to waste a whole bunch of time on these subjects because you need to finish the test. So they are timed, 50 questions, 50 minutes, which basically means that you shouldn't be spending more than 1 minute per question. And if you need to go through anything specifically, you can always go through the lessons. There's lessons on whole numbers, decimals, fractions, percentages, conversions, and algebra. And there's also online courses. So like I was saying, there are videos that you can watch so that you can really go deep into your studying, taking notes, and really understanding what does this exam want me to know so that I can do the best on this exam, because it is really important that you do well on this exam so that you can get accepted into nursing school. And like I said, it does come with all the lessons and practice tests. So for anatomy and physiology, there's 25 questions, 25 minutes. So again, they are timed and they do come with videos. I believe you do have to purchase a subscription in order to fully watch all of the videos and get all the tests and things like that, but you can do a lot with the free version. I would suggest purchasing it so that you have access to everything. So you can see here there's like a monthly charge of $30, depending on how long that you're studying for this exam. To me, that's not a whole lot of money, but it's going to be worth it in the end, because you'll be passing and you'll be in nursing school, and that will come back to you tenfold. So in my opinion, I think that this is the best way to study for the HESI and making sure that you pass. Now, since I mentioned that I go to WGU, I am going to be talking about the specific requirements for that program, for the nursing program at WGU, just so that everyone that is either applying to WGU or is doing research, they know what to expect when it comes to the exam when they're applying for the school, so there's no like surprises. But all of the information that you need to know for WGU and the HESI is on their website, so I'm basically just going to be reading off what they have on their website. So for the HESI for WGU, in order to apply, you have to take vocab, reading, grammar, math, and biology. Like I mentioned earlier, biology you do have to take in order to apply, but it's not going to be considered in your admissions review. It's just going to give you like an insight on what you need to study more within the program, and just so that they can understand what type of support you might need in order to be successful in the program. And also, again, there is that learning styles little portion of the test or the HESI that you have to take, just so that they can know what type of learner you are. So specifically for WGU, you have to pass each section with a minimum score of 75% or higher. Minimum 75%. If you get higher, great, but minimum you have to get 75% in each section. So it's not like I got above 75 on vocab, grammar, math, and biology, but I did poorly on grammar. Overall, my score is pretty good. Am I going to get in? No, because you have to get above a 75 on each section. So that's just something to keep in mind, because I've seen this question a lot in like the WGU Facebook group, and people post their scores and they're like, oh, I got a 75 on these subjects but not this one. You have to take the whole exam over again, and they don't allow you to take the test like more than twice in a year, I think. So it's very imperative that you study for as long as you feel that you need, and take up as much time as you need to study on this exam, because I don't think that you can take it more than twice in a year. You have to wait until the following year until you can take it again. If you've already taken the HESI and you're applying to WGU, it has to be completed within 5 years. If not, then you have to take it again, obviously. But if you've already taken it and you've gotten like above the minimum score of 75% on each of the subjects, you can submit those scores. So I hope that that's helpful for anyone that's interested in attending WGU, because I know that there are a lot of questions on the requirements. I think in the past they required the T's, but now they require the HESI, and those are the requirements that you have to meet in order to submit your HESI scores and get accepted. So yeah, that is everything that you need to know about taking the HESI and studying. I hope that this video was helpful. If you guys have any other questions, leave them down below in the comments, and I will be happy to answer any of your questions that you guys have. Make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope that you guys all pass your HESI and get accepted into nursing school.